Yay, good morning, everybody. Good morning from Australia. I am in very hot, humid Australia, in Peregian Beach, actually, because I'm in Queensland and it's really hot here, not necessarily in the other states. But I'm not here to give you a weather report. There's two things that I'm here to talk about. One is this is totally a test. Myself and the wonderful Anna Maria that I work with were like, StreamYard's changing all its stuff. How do we do this live on Instagram, YouTube, and on both my Facebook pages? So wherever you're watching this, it's on all those different channels as well. So this is an experimentation. Let's see if it shows up and works out. The second thing that I wanted to talk to you about is these energy pools that I have starting on my Monday morning. So you can go to, there's going to be a link below that you can go to, but it's simonemilisses.com / chaos pools. Why chaos pools? And why did I call this chaos, baby? Because how many of you have been avoiding chaos and you've been trying to order your life? So, I mean, if you look at how you grew up, most of you were taught to, be organized. Like, even I remember at like the age of 14 at school, they were like, well, what are you going to do when you leave school? You need to pick the topics that you're going to study at school so that you know the university that you want to go to, so that you know what you're going to be doing in 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And I remember just being like, I have no idea. And it was sort of projected, maybe not so much verbally, but energetically, that I was wrong, that I had no idea what I wanted to do when I leave school. One thing I used to say was, I'd like to own a business. And people would say, well, what sort of business? Expecting the expectations for me to have this clear direction of what that was. I was like, I have no idea. There's two things I know. One is I want to own a business. I want to run a business because for me, business was this way to create a change in the world. At any moment you can sort of pivot and it's malleable, it's fluid. Why is it fluid? If you're functioning from chaos and you're in question, because chaos is question and question is chaos. Okay. So if you're functioning from that, then oh, okay, here. Like, where does it go from here? And the second thing I wanted to do when I was such a young age is travel around the world. It's like, I want to see the world. And not just see all the sites and the cities, etc. I wanted to explore and discover how people were choosing to live, whether it was the economy or religion or culture, etc. It's like, what were people choosing? And not necessarily thinking that what I was choosing, which I grew up in South Sydney, if anyone knows, a place called Lillypilly in Sutherland Shire in Sydney, Australia. And it was just filled with, middle-aged, white class people. And it was fine. It was absolutely beautiful. It was right on the edge of Sydney. So, my childhood was growing up on Port Hacking River. So you just had the river right there. So we would play in the water, whether it was, windsurfing or water skiing or a little tinny boat or something like that. That was my life. And going across to the national park, I grew up with that. That's what I knew. Right. So when you grow up with what you quote unquote know, how much do you start trying to order the rest of your life so it matches that energy of what is familiar? That's ordering your life. What I would like to introduce to you is something different, and it's what I call chaos, baby. Okay. It's bringing the chaos in. Now, first of all, when I say that, how many of you are like, oh my goodness, la, 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 I can't listen to you. I'm not supposed to be chaos, even though you know you are chaos. Chaos is being able to change in a second, is being in question, like I said. It's never doing what you did yesterday because it's familiar. Every day you wake up and, one of the questions in Access Consciousness we would say is, who am I today and what grand and glorious adventures can I have? And chaos is the willingness to be vulnerable with what is showing up in your life and being in question of what it is you'd like to change and what it is you'd like to ask for. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. I have spoken to so many people around the world that have this like this weird funkiness in their world. Okay. First question I'm going to say is it yours? Because you are way more psychic than you think you are. way more psychic than you think you are. So how many other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions are you picking up on? And then you buy that as yours. Okay. That's one tool. Who does this belong to? You can ask that. Is this mine? And if it lightens up, it's not yours. Now, it doesn't mean the awareness is going to go away because you're aware. That's how it works. Like if you're about to go on this big, massive ride or something like that, and there's people who are actually, I'll give you an example. One day I was going ziplining in Costa Rica, and I was like almost sick in the stomach I was like, I am so scared of this. I'm so scared of heights, blah, blah. And I went, but I'm not scared of heights. I've never been scared of heights. So why all of a sudden? And I turned around, there's this girl literally throwing up because she was so petrified. And I went, oh, this is not mine. This is hers. So from that moment, I went, okay, not buying that, not into every single molecule of my body am I buying that energy as mine, but I'm still aware of it. And as I was aware of it, then I could be like, hey, do you require something? And then I could talk to her instead of me going into a frenzy as well. And how much, I mean, that's a very small example, but how many people go into a frenzy or get anxious or frustrated or angry or anything about a situation, and then you think you are too? What does that create? Double whammy, like this. And that's the energy of havoc. Okay. The energy of havoc is destructive. The energy of chaos is creative. Now, the energy of chaos too is this energy of like, it's like, you know who you are and who you be, but not from definition. Okay. Like the last, I guess, 24, 48 hours, I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, if I didn't know any better, I'd be bored. But I'm not bored. It's something different. There's something more available for me. Like, I mean, I love being here right now with you guys, listening to this. I'm talking here, right? I love everything that I get to do and be. Like, totally. Every class I facilitate, I'm like, oh my God, this is my new favorite class. You know, whether it's a business done different, a choice for possibilities, an advanced body class, getting out of debt joyfully, a 3-day body class, like just a one-off class, anything. I get so enthused. They get enthused because of that energy of absolute chaos where you can't order something, you need to ask for something to show up. And then you don't know what that's going to look like. You know, like right now, wherever you're listening to this is what chaos would be. Say if you're in a room, like I'm in my office right now, but at the end of this live, I would open my door and I go, well, I know my kitchen's there. I know if I turn right, that's going, you know, outside, da, da, da. Because you have this awareness of what you already know exists. Now, what if I opened my door and I was willing to have anything be there? It's a really small example, but how many of you are doing the same thing every day and ordering your life rather than allowing yourself to be in total chaos? When I say total chaos, trust me, I can perceive the energy of you going, total chaos. That's exactly what I was told not to do. Well, what if it's time to change it up? So what I've been asking for lately is magic, miracles, and chaos, because you are a miracle. And by your choices, you choose the magic, you receive the magic, you be the magic. So on my YouTube channel, Facebook and YouTube, but I'm going to put a link here below for the YouTube channel, that I did a free energy pull the other day, magic, miracles, and chaos energy pull. So play it over and over again, or delete it, whatever. I mean, you can't delete it, but you can just turn it off, right? Do whatever you want to do, okay? This is not about trusting me. This is about trusting you. Is your life where you would like it to be right now, or would you like something different? So you can watch that. And then I also have, starting on my Monday morning, it's 3 days in a row at 6 a.m., I have my 6 a.m. in Queensland. So you have to figure it out. Once you register, if you want to come play, it's only $30. And it's, you go to SimoneMillis's.com/chaos pools, and it's magic, miracles, and chaos. And we do over 3 days. It's like 15 to 20 minutes of an energy pool every day. So it's $10 a day. And what I would like you to do though is be willing to be really vulnerable. Now, what do I mean by that? And again, most people have misidentified vulnerability. They think it's weak. Being vulnerable is not weak. Being vulnerable is the ability to receive all energies. So even right now, if you just push down your walls and barriers. Now, what do I mean by that? Sometimes energetically, I'm just like, push those walls and barriers down. It's all the judgments that you have of you, that you have of your choices. Oh yeah, I've got one of my t-shirts on. What if you enjoyed your choices? If you'd like one of these too, we have some of them sell, not many. You can slide into my DMs and ask me for more information. But what if you enjoyed your choices, you never judged anything, and everywhere you've limited yourself? Like, where have you currently limited yourself that you would like to change? And you would like to ask for the magic, the miracles, and the chaos to show up. It could be in your relationships. It could be with your financial reality. It could be in your business. It could be with your body. It could just be with, like, where are you at now? Like, have you noticed how age and time creates so much judgment? When you turn 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, I'm going to live to be over 100. That's what I'm asking for. So if I'm going to live to be over 100, what am I going to choose today with my body, with my relationships, financially, with business, that allows me to have so much freedom and choice the day I turn 100? That's chaos, baby. So magic, miracles, and chaos. And it's 3 days. It's $30. Let's pull something different into our lives and into our bodies and into our financial reality and into our business and into our relationships. You have the capacity to choose anything. You have the capacity to change anything. 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 And that, when I'm saying that little thing in your head that goes, oh no, but she doesn't know about this. Or you go, yeah, I could change this, but I can't change this. Guess who's creating that? You. And you have the capacity to change it and choose something different. So come play. I have no idea if this worked out on all those all those platforms that we decided to play with. But thank you for being here. Go watch the free energy pool I did. I also have a free energy pool on my YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I mean, you might be on there already. I have a free energy pool on money and one on business as well. Come play with me for 3 days, or just listen to those. Do whatever works for you, because you've got to start trusting you, and you've got to start trusting what works for you. Stop trying to align yourself with everybody else and choose what works for you. Okay, that's it from me today, folks. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. Guess what? You can be you and change the world. Be you and choose happy. What if you were the only person in the room that was choosing to have ease today? Start with that, So happy weekend, and thank you so much, everyone. And hopefully I'll see you on the Magic, Miracles, and Chaos Energy Pool. Thanks. Mwah. Bye.